Nowadays, Michael, the EU is the only one believing and supporting moonshots, or is just because priorities differ from one area and one country to another?
Well, I think in Europe we have the chance to have this infrastructures, ERC, that allows to fund any interesting scientific topics. There's no priority in terms of we want to study this field or this other topic. It's just based on the scientific merit and the high risk, high payoff of the project, and not really its field. So it allows every European scientist to have important means to do his science. I think that the NASA press release was okay, because I was clearly mentioned as a leader of the team and so on. It was clear that it was University of Liège and not a NASA-led discovery. I think most of the problem, if there's a problem, is from the press itself, that each time they see NASA, they tend to give only credit to NASA and to say it's a NASA discovery, because NASA has such a strong image. I mean, it's not they bad, but they have such a strong image. They went to the moon and so on. So I think it's us Europeans that we have to make clear what we did, and to be able to put our own print on our discoveries. Even if NASA played a role, it's us to develop our own identity and our own strong promotion of our results. I don't think NASA is to blame here.
I think that we should be pragmatic about it. I think that obviously it was not clear in the first time I got the tweet from NASA. The tweet was not clear at all, and that I think it's a pity, because they didn't need to do that. They could have been a little bit more clear in the front. But I think that we have to ask questions to ourselves. And say, why aren't we doing a good job of really communicating these stories, as NASA is doing, even with our stories? And I think that that got me to a contact with Michael, and to try to think what we can change in the future. And I think that in the future we have to be more vocal in general, and it's not just about science. It's that our institution, the European Commission and the European institutions in general, they were trained not to be very vocal about anything, because you would give the credit to the countries. And so we have in our DNA a kind of a low-key way of communicating. And I think that the problems and the crises in the world, we have to change that. And so I think that this is much bigger than science. Science is an example, but it's much bigger than that.
Michael, Georges Lemaitre, another Belgian, the theorist behind the Big Bang, came up with this name, Big Bang, that maybe was not very strong when it comes to the Belgian soft power, like speculos or trappistes. So what would you have advised to him as for a name if you could have had the opportunity?
Well, I think Big Bang doesn't come from him, but from Hoyle, an astronomer in Cambridge, that was joking at the idea of Lemaitre, which revealed to be right. So it shows that, sometimes even very famous scientists can be completely wrong, and that a theory which can seem exotic at some point can reveal to be a revolution. So I think it's a good example. The name, the joke name, remained Big Bang. Everyone called it now Big Bang. And it shows that sometimes a wall is broken and there's a complete revolution, and no one really noticed except a few ones. But the idea is there, and it spread, and just it's a change of paradigm. So it's a good demonstration of how science works. Now, I don't think I would have a better name for the Big Bang if I was at that time, if I would have been around at that time. But I think Big Bang is just perfect.